Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Programming with a Purpose. I hope you're enjoying the video series on Unity game. In this video, I'm going to show you a very small feature that I've added. I've basically added another form of obstacle on the ground that will limit the player movement along x-axis. I really wanted to show you a jump feature over that obstacle, but since the jump is not, I cannot basically change its height or the direction of the jump or anything. Like I cannot really work on the jump feature due to the limitations of the asset that I've downloaded from the asset store. So I wanted to show you basically something interesting to make the gameplay even more challenging. So I have added another obstacle that will be generated on the ground, and that will if the player hits it, player will die. So basically we are going to avoid it by limiting the running field for the player. Apart from that, I really want to show you how to generate an APK from Unity build settings, and how to set the different settings, and how we are going to generate the APK, which can then be either copied to a mobile and installed there, or you can upload it to Play Store and make it live after obviously making the relevant changes. So let's get started. So here I'm showing you how to create an evil object prefab, which will basically our new obstacle. We have added an image to it that we have downloaded from internet. Apart from that, I'm copying the spawn obstacles function into a new function that I will call as basically spawn ground obstacles, and I will be changing some of its values depending upon basically where it is going to be generated, which is ground obviously, and what will be the range in which it is going, the y range in which it is going to be generated. So follow all these steps. So since we are creating the obstacle on ground, we will be writing another function to remove ground obstacles. After some time, we will be copying the same function that we have used to remove the top obstacles. And I am making the obstacles to be deleted array as a local array. Previously, it was global. But since we need two different arrays to remove ground obstacles and top obstacles, so I have created this array inside the function. And I will be adding items to it I have changed some of the lines. You can see here what changes are made inside the remove ground obstacles function, and then I am going to call it in invoke repeating inside my start function. So guys, here we are updating the prefab. We have added a rigid body to it, 2D to it, and a box collider 2D to it. Then I will set basically the bounding box of the box collider, and also I've set the body type to static. You can see here we are going to update this body type in few moments. So follow all these steps. So here I've shown you two of the changes that I made in the gameplay screen controller. One is inside the remove ground obstacles function. I have removed the Y constraint inside the if item check because we do not need this constraint, and we have added another constraint inside the spawn ground obstacles function to limit its basically types to 2. So basically we have two ground obstacles at a moment. So follow all these steps. So guys, here you have seen that I have changed the rigid body type of basically my prefab, the evil object prefab, from static to dynamic, and we have set the ground scale to 0 because if we set it to 1, the object will start falling under the influence of the physics engine, and we do not want that. We want this object to be basically stay on the ground, and we do not set it to kinematic or static is basically because then the collider will not work once the player hits it. So as you can see that once we played the code, the object is created randomly near the player, and it is printed inside my console that in evil object clone. Here I made a small change to the scoring system to basically add a value of 10, so whenever we are able to successfully avoid the ground obstacle. So guys, here I am playing the game, and as you can see that the player is successfully avoiding all the obstacles from the top as well as from the ground, and after some time it is going to hit the ground obstacle to show you that it is basically going to die. Then the collider is working. The on collision enter 2D function that I've written inside the character movement class in the previous video, the same one is used here. Nothing is changed inside that class, only some of the changes are made inside the basically gameplay screen controller. Nothing else is changed in terms of code, only few of the UI changes are here that I've shown you, that the basically a prefab is created. So this is all for this gameplay. So here I am showing you how to build an APK using your build settings. So basically I've pressed the switch platform button, which will shift me to basically my Android settings, and it will take some time. It will basically do some of the settings inside the project automatically, and then you can see there are some of the options under the Android. Basically on the right side there is an export project function, which will basically export your project in Android language in the form of a project that you can open in Android Studio. There is a development build option, which will create a bigger build as compared to a release build, because it will have all the logs that we have added inside the code. Then there are scenes in the build. You can select or deselect any of the scenes. There is platforms. You can select any of the platform you want to basically play this game on. So there is player settings. When you click it, you move here, there are certain settings. There is basically a company name, a product name, version. You can add icons here. You can add splash images. There are some other settings, and the important settings is basically the publishing settings. This basically help you to create a key store, which you can use to basically uniquely identify your game and to upload it on the Play Store. So there you can use a custom key store and locate this key store on inside your PC basically. And if you want to create a new one, I am also going to show you the steps of how to create a basically new key store. So you can press the build button, but it is not going to let you build because we haven't created any key store yet. So it is going to give us a signing error. You can see in a few moments. So let's create a key store that will help us to basically sign our app. So for that, you are going to deselect the custom key store and then press the key store manager. It is going to basically show you a new screen. On the top of it, you can press the create new button. And then in a dedicated location, you can save the key store there. And then you are going to fill all of these areas, the password, confirm password, and all of these information. And then you are going to press the add key button. That is going to create your key store. So once I've created the key, now I am going to press the build button and it is going to generate an APK on the location that I've selected. So you can see that we have an proper APK that we can install onto our Android devices. So guys, this is all for this video. I'm planning to do one video series of Unity each month since it requires a lot of work on graphics part, which I'm not an expert of. I hope you have gained some understanding of game development using these few tutorials. I'll definitely explore more game categories using Unity in future. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for further updates on content. I'll be making Swift tutorials along with some of the Python tutorials in future, and Unity will also go hand in hand with these technologies. If you want me to explore something interesting using all of these things that I've mentioned, please post in the comment section. I will wait for your suggestions. Take good care of yourself. Have a happy weekend. Bye bye.